still open. Okay.
It's the reality of love time, baby. Hey, welcome to us for another week. I'm Lenny Green,
I'm Indy Smith.
and we got company tonight.
Yes, we do. Oh, you talking about
We got new company tonight. Look at the new company.
Say hello. See, I have sleepy face right now.
You know, she came in here tonight with, and when she pulled it out, I'm like, that's a dog. Ella, what kind of dog is it?
I don't know. She's a rescue. I rescued her. I'm happy about that. I'm happy at the fact that I rescued her, and she's a Yorkie and I think a Deutschhound mix because of the shape. I have no idea.
Wow.
She's just rotten.
And I'm glad my mama's not watching this right now, because otherwise I'll be taking your
Mama
dog.
Green, your turn. This was the deal. Lenny was like, get yours first. Let me see it. You did say that. Let me see it.
I did say that.
And then I'll go with your person. So now you see her. And you see how she is, her temperament. Like
Very laid back.
Very late. For right now, when
Chill.
you get home.
You're chilling.
Yeah. Yeah.
The dog is chilling because knowing Indy, she probably made the dog was real crazy. Right. The dog is tired. This dog is tired, and it's just a puppy. Indy has probably been running this dog from no end to the next.
Yeah, but you know what? Tomorrow she's going to be by herself.
And you know what the dog is going to say? Thank you, Jesus.
No, she's going to cry.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine. When I get home, I'm going to be all turned up and play. She really is.
Really? She likes it?
Yeah. When we're out, she's real calm. When we're getting out, she just loses it. Like, she's excited.
Wow. Anyway, look, welcome to the show, y'all. Pretty interesting topic at hand.
It is. Who came up with this one?
Well, you know what? This question, Ishay modified my question.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a woman, boy. Modified my question. Because my original question was, if you're married, does the money belong to your wife?
Wait, first
and she said, well, that doesn't just sound right. I'm like,
it doesn't sound right, but I want to know why you
well, that came, well, hold on. First of all, that came straight from a married guy I had a conversation with the other night.
Okay.
And he was talking about, how his wife kind of handles the finances, or how he handles the finances, and she kind of just spends frivolously.
Modifies it.
So,
I think that's the word of the night. Modify.
So he said, hey, if you're married, does your money belong to your wife? Now, to hold support to this,
okay,
some other cats that I know have said to me on many occasions, one is a very close friend of mine, hey, you know what? I just work and I come home
her the check.
And I give her the check. And I'm like, you give your entire check to your wife? Like, what, you get an allowance or something? I mean, how does this work?
Does she pay him first? Because they always say you're supposed to pay yourself first, and then other things are, allocated for other things.
Hey, look, you know what? I don't know about that marriage life. You do, but I've never been down that road, and maybe that's one of the reasons.
No one ever gave me a check. Well, they didn't give. Well, they knew not to give me the check. You just take care of stuff,
Ishay,
and I keep my money, but don't give me the check because things happen.
Let me ask Ishay a question. So, Ishay, if you were going to be married, would you want? It's always on. Yes. Would you want to have your husband's check?
Oh, I would want to be financially secure before I marry him.
Oh, you want your own money?
Yeah, I want my own. I mean, we can share. It's a union.
Hold on. But what are we sharing? Are we sharing your money too?
Yeah, we can share my money too.
Oh, okay.
It's a marriage.
It's a marriage. Like if
I get it, but
if you put,
I'm hearing
let's
different
say
stories
you want to put stock into something, whether it's a mortgage, a financial plan for your future, your kids' future, retirement. If you're together, you're a union, then that should be a shared expense. It should be a shared goal. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want your check. I mean, you can buy me things. I mean,
and that's look. I believe in that philosophy. It's a shared union. But I guess I'm like, well, I guess that's why I never been married, because I don't know how to give up my check like that, though.
This thing is, why would you? And I don't understand someone giving up their check unless their check was paying for certain things.
Well, I mean, when you're in a marriage, I mean, doesn't your check pay for certain things, the
and
needs.
Does that person handle the finances? Because that's saying.
Well,
do you see what I'm saying?
see, like if I knew my wife, if I was married, was great at finances, I'll, hey, look, here's the money. You handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
I would give up my check then. Like, here, just take this.
I don't know if I'm giving up the check though, Indy. I'm saying I'll give up the money, but I'm not giving up the full check.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Look, they're using organization and the same thing.
Okay, so what if you got two checks? Would you give up one and then the other one go in your account? Like if there's a joint account and then you have your own account, then you give up one check for the joint account.
Most definitely.
Okay, so I think if anything, I would want the check, not because I want the money, but that means that person trusts me. Oh yeah, that person trusts me with their hard work. It's more than just the finances. Because whatever, I think I've said this before, like that half thing, you pay half, I pay half, I think that's really petty. I think whoever has what, and you're doing this as a team, this is a team effort, whoever has it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right.
So
yeah, whoever has it and it has to be paid, then it has to be paid. I told she gets turned up. You want to go to Lenny?
No. So look, well, let's go to the phones. We can do that. We can go to the phone. So Linda's on one. We're going to talk to Linda. 1-855-453-6694 if you'd like to talk to us. Hi, Linda. Thanks for calling tonight. Say hello to Indy. Hello? 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 She got disconnected. The Quiet Storm, hello.
Yeah, hello?
How are you?
How are you? I want to give my topic about tonight, about what you were saying about there's a relationship with the money thing.
Yeah, man. Let's get your name so we know who we're talking to.
This is Ben from Queens. How you doing?
I'm good, Ben. Say hello to Indy Smith. Indy's with me tonight.
How you doing, Indy Smith?
Well, Ben, how are you?
I'm A-OK.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts on this, man?
My thoughts are very, very, well, you got to set the record straight, before you start the relationship here, because a lot of relationships break up with money, and you got to set the record straight, and you got to be able to understand, and both parties have to understand, because if you don't, it's going to be a serious problem.
You speaking from experience?
Oh, am I?
So, did you have a problem in one of the relationships that you were in with money? And if so, what kind of problem?
I did, because every time you turned around, there was a money sign on her. She wanted this, she wanted that. And if I didn't do it, I was no good. I was in the doghouse.
This is like the third dude that I have spoken to tonight.
What? I don't understand.
That has pretty much said the same thing.
I don't understand.
That if, he didn't succumb to fulfilling whatever, I guess, gifts or financial reward, then you said, Ben, you were in the doghouse, right?
That's what she says, yeah, but, it doesn't make it right, though.
No, was she your wife or she was your girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
I mean, did you start off, like, buying her things? Were you really giving with material things in the beginning of the relationship?
I was.
Okay.
But then after...
One of my friends often says, the way you start is the way you finish.
At the time, then, I saw the writing on the wall after 4 or 5 years. I saw, that it wasn't really appreciated. So I said to her, hey, you better chip in. You got to chip in. It's not right.
Right.
And she just, every time you turned around, there was a money sign on her head. So,
So what should he have done, Indy?
I think, honestly, I was just about to say, for this is a female and a male thing with me. Like, if you're dating someone, or if you're committed to someone in a relationship, if they don't do as much for you as you do for them, then something's wrong. There's nothing wrong with a woman paying for dinners and paying for breakfast and paying for lunches and doing stuff for her mate. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if I'm just that, but that's just me. I'm one of those women that, I think caring for someone is just as important as having someone care for you. It has to be balanced. Like a man is not supposed to pay for everything. Yes, I get it. Initially, he is a provider.
I like that thought. So
like
if you're free, I'll take you. I like that thought.
I hear you, Ben. I hear you, brother. He said, if you're free, I'll take you.
I'll take you if you're free.
Well, I'm not free. My boutique is very expensive.
I like every female should be like you. Every female should have, that, encouragement to make it work both ways, because it's not like that in today's world. That's the thing.
Right. I just believe I don't like the word fair. I don't think life is fair, but I like balance. And I think when someone's cup is like overflowing, at some point it gets low and the other person is supposed to fill it up so they can keep receiving. So you can't have your hand out and then the other hand closed. Like, I think both parties have to chip in and make an effort to be giving. So I believe in giving the person the check, whoever's getting the check, but you got to make sure who you're giving your check to.
Ding ding. Hey Ben, thanks for checking in with us tonight, man.
All right, thank you very much.
This is the reality of love, Ben.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's funny because when I have my grandparents' marriage to look at, that's my example of, a marriage and providing.
Okay.
And I don't know what my grandfather gave my grandmother, but her hair was always done. She never drove. She was literally, I'm so serious. It was door-to-door service. There were just certain things that were taken care of, and they didn't discuss it. And that's something, I don't think it's everyone's business. Because I think when you
it's just that couple's business, that's all.
Yeah, but then a lot of people tell, he won't pay this, or she won't pay, or or she wants this too much. I think when you allow other people in your financial situation as a couple, I think it can mess things up.
Keeping it real, baby. Keeping it real tonight inside of the reality of love. Once again, I'm Lenny Green. This is Indy Smith, and we have Ella, which is the dog, with us tonight.
Ella is trying to get to the airport.
And we're talking about what the number one problem that causes a lot of breakups in relationships, and that's financial problem. So, the piggyback, the initial question, like I said, that I had put on the table, if you're married, does your money belong to your wife? And obviously,
I mean, I don't know, does it? Would your money belong to your wife?
No, my money would belong to us. Like I said, maybe that's the reason why I'm not married now. So I don't know. I think, look, I'm a fair guy at the end of the day. And I think
that's who you are. Like, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not stupid.
No.
But I think you're a romantic. I think.
Look, once you sign that prenup, we're good anyway. Yeah, that's what I say. What's wrong with a prenup? Look,
nothing. I agree. I'm on team.
Hey, look, I don't mind signing the prenup. If you got riches, I don't want none of your riches. I don't want a thing. I'll sign. Let's let my lawyer look at it, and I could sign right off, and we could just go happily ever after. I think sometimes ladies are more head over heels of the prenup situation than men. But in talking to various lawyers and situations that relate to, unfortunately, breakups, they highly recommend that a prenup should have been established.
Right.
Otherwise, you're going to have problems.
Right. Oh, and it's not just for people with money.
No?
It's not.
No. That's right.
It's not just. It's organization, actually. It puts things in order. So, because you have people that get married that have family members, have children from a previous marriage, and they just want them to be everything in order, like having a will.
And you know what? We don't do a lot of that either.
No, we need to.
In our community.
No, and we definitely need to. We taking more people calling? I see the lines.
Yeah, number 4, we have how are you tonight?
I'm okay.
That's good. What's your name?
Penny.
Hey, Penny, you're calling to give us your thoughts on this topic tonight, I assume?
Yeah.
So say hello to Indy. She's with me tonight, Penny.
How do you say beautiful?
Indy.
Indy, hi, Indy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I can't complain.
I hear that.
So, what's your thoughts on this, Penny?
Well, to be honest, on the question to me again, beautiful.
Does money control your relationship or relationships?
Well, actually, as a teenager, I dated somebody, and he took me out to, well, Cheap Porkies. I didn't really like that movie. The Brother's Friend, that's the one I wanted to see. And then he took me to another movie. I don't even know the name of it, but it was about older men with younger women. I didn't dig that too much. And this man had money. And then later on, I stayed alone for 6 years, and I just happened walking down the street, and I met somebody else. He wasn't working. But we got together, we sat down and talked. And I found out that he was using drugs, alcohol, everything.
Okay.
But it was too late by now because I'd already fallen in love with this man. And everyone told me, oh, he's never going to amount to anything, Penny. He's up there using people. And in the beginning, whether he was or was not, what he did do whenever I went to visit him, he put a smile on his face to make me smile, something I hadn't done in years of being alone for 6 years. Not only that, as time went on, I went back to school to get my college education. And he also, I meant to suggest that he went back to school. But before he did, he went to, he got a little therapy, and he went to Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, as well as Nicotine Anonymous. And it took us some time, but he finally did get clean. And I found that he wasn't a lazy man, and he wasn't an ass. He was a very clean man.
Mm-hmm. So.
And he was very thoughtful. But what I said to say this, when you with somebody in a relationship, me personally, if it's a woman and she's married, then that's her husband. She can share with her husband. The only other time I say that is acceptable is if a mother has children and she doesn't have anywhere else to turn to feed her kids. Then I feel like she could have the right to take money for a man. But with me and my friend, he took me to a movie theater that was classy, brand new, two of them right there in Manhattan. Or you know how much it costs to get in?
No. I had no idea.
$1.
That was a long
and
time
the
ago.
Frankfurters in the movie theater was $7, and the sodas was $5. And I told him, look, he said, right on, Penny. He didn't have a lot of money, but every time he went, he treated me to 2 Frankfurters and a large soda.
That's the least he could do.
And the company was just beautiful, just being around him. He was not the type to go to hurt anybody's feelings. He has done his share of things. And I went back and told him to keep the focus on yourself.
No, I get you, Penny.
That's the best thing you could do. I don't fault him. I fault myself because he did ask me to marry him.
I see.
Even though I couldn't, at the time I didn't know if he was going to still make the same mistakes towards women, the drugs and alcohol, he was able to get his sobriety and keep it.
I see.
He got married again to somebody else, but he did come to see me.
Well, I'm glad he did that, and I thank you for sharing your story with us tonight, and thank you for expressing it at the same time, baby. Have a wonderful weekend. All right.
You do the same, Lenny. I hope I express myself thoroughly and precisely. But to each his own. What can you say, right?
That's all you can say. Thanks for calling,
I'm beautiful.
Bye bye.
You're welcome.
The reality of love on many different levels today.
Absolutely. I'm trying to dissect why the question was, does your money belong to your wife? Like I'm trying to understand that. What is it? Does your money Lenny, so if you said does your money belong to your husband, is that to what? Is that to pimpish?
Is it too pimpish?
I had to put it out there.
No, well, I guess, look, the reason why this brother expressed this to us, hold on, gentlemen. The reason why I think he expressed this to me is because, like I said, his wife, well, I think he handled the finances for the house.
Okay.
So by him handling the finances for the house, I guess as it makes sense that they're, set up on a budget. So he realizes that the money just kind of goes. Like if he writes a check for something and she sees something that she likes, then she may get something without communicating to him what she had gotten.
Okay.
So he just simply said to me, if you're married, does your money belong to your wife? And like I said, I've look, old school cats, they believe in, and maybe my grandfather, I was too young to really understand, but old school cats, like, they work and they come home and they give their wife the check. And one of my best friends today, he does that. That's what he does. He will give them a check, give her the check.
I think you have to.
So she takes care of everything.
Look at the values of people also. Like, you want to make sure that people value money in the same way, or have a relationship with money in the same way. Because if you don't, like, you're not going to give someone something that's not going to value it. That's just crazy.
No, it's totally.
And you can tell a woman's or a man's, like, character, how they'll treat your money.
How they treat your money?
How they'll treat money, period.
Oh.
And this is why credit needs to be cleaned up, fixed, or at least in a balanced way before you take that step. Like, you need to look at someone's credit before you get married. Like, It might not be perfect, but you both can you both get an apartment?
Right.
Can you both finance a car?
Right.
And it's not to demean anyone or like condemn anyone, because we all go through stuff, but this is just survival. Like, if we go homeless, who's the next one to get the spot?
No, look, I think if you're definitely, I agree with you. I think if this relationship is going into that kind of arena where you're contemplating engagement and obviously you're contemplating marriage, then it's time to uncover everything, because the worst thing you want to do is say I do, and you guys have no clue about each other's financial background. Hey, look, you're about to become as one, according to the word. So, it's time to expose everything once you get there. Deborah hit us up on Facebook. She says she found out after 3 years that our whole relationship, or at least 98% of it, was based on money.
Oh, I would have loved to find out how.
Yeah.
Like, what
3 years.
Look like?
She found out after 3 years
that it was based on money.
Who knows?
I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, well, I don't even understand it. But if you're in a serious relationship, and obviously, when you meet somebody, it's just a regular level, and you really don't know where it's going to go. But if you get into a serious relationship, and you've been in a relationship, let's say for after 2 years into the relationship, and you think that it's going to go higher, it's going to go and grow even more, then I would say you need to kind of pay attention to see exactly what kind of habits each other's have. Because if you're still pulling out, if one person in this relationship after 2 years is still pulling out all the money, all the time,
that's how it's going to be.
That's how it is going to be.
That's how it's going to be.
Can't be that. And trust me, I've been down this road before.
Dear.
So, that's the bad part about it. It can't be that, because you keep doing this, and like, okay, come on. I mean, I'm giving. Mm-hmm. I think I'm a fair giving guy, but
do you think the conversation in the beginning of the relationship should be about what your
the beginning of the relationship? No, because
well, I mean, like, your financial, like, standards maybe, or where you are.
When you say the beginning of a relationship, what are you saying? How
Well,
long?
let's say you start off and you're going out. So you're going to dinners, or you're going to plays, or you're doing outing things that
within
cost money.
Within the first year.
Right, within the first year, like, you're doing stuff that costs money.
Well, look, you might as well find out, because if it wouldn't be too hard to throw in the towel, right, Carl? It wouldn't be like, let's throw this towel in and keep it moving, because you figure.
No, but do you think it should be a conversation? Like, I don't think it's tacky to talk about money.
Well, I'm not talking about money with you, because obviously I'm spending a lot of money. I'm making an investment in this.
Okay, but what if
men
you don't have
make
it?
Investments?
But see,
in
what
relationships early on.
What if you don't have it? That's not being honest.
Then we're not. Then obviously, be honest with me. And I got some fellas in the room with me. When we find a lady that we're interested in,
okay,
we make a financial investment before you guys are even thinking about returning the investment.
seem like we're going into if someone pays for a trip for you.
Hold on, we're not going in that direction. We're not going in that direction.
What is the
But
investment?
that does cut that.
What
does,
are you investing in?
Okay,
Come here, Carl.
I'm not trying. I'm not trying to go there. But if someone
Come on,
did invite,
Tony.
I invite you on a trip. If I invite you on a trip, and I'm taking care of it, I'm not thirsty.
No, but I want
I
to know
told
what
you
are
about
you
this before.
investing in? What are you investing?
I'm
in?
Hold on, before we even get to the trip. Like I said, we go out. I say, hey, Indy, let's do dinner. Who's paying for it? Right?
Well, you invited, so you pay.
Okay.
But if I invite, I'll pay.
Okay. But the chances are, fellas, let's keep it real. That may not happen. The invite and reciprocation may not happen for the first 3 dates. So the first 3 dates, am I wrong on this?
I'm trying to think about my last date.
The first 3 dates, chances are fellas are going to pay for that date. And that's cool. That's cool. Probably first 5 dates, we're going to pay for that date. So we already made a financial investment in this whatever.
What is the investment?
The investment?
No, don't say whatever, because if
Because we don't know if it's going to be a relationship yet.
You know, but okay.
At least if I invest in stock, I still don't know what the stock outcome is going to be. Do I?
Okay.
I say, oh, gold is looking pretty good. Let me put $1,000 in gold. Do I know what 2 days how gold is going to be?
No.
Same thing with relationships.
Okay, but you brought it up.
I know. Follow me on this. Okay.
There, let's ask Dawn about this investment.
Okay.
You said it.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
Say hello to Indy Smith.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi. How are you doing? Hi.
I'm good.
Hi. So I'm kind of curious to know your perspective on the topic tonight. Does money control your relationships?
I think not. I think not. I think the only thing that should control your relationship should be your heart. And if your cards are on the table, money is way, way down on the floor with the crumbs.
No way, Dawn. No way. No way, Dawn. I don't believe you called me up and told me that tonight. Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
No way. I don't buy it.
Okay, well, that's your...
I hear you, and it would be nice if most people thought that way.
Yeah, it would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice?
But come on. I think we all know enough people to know that the majority of people don't.
Yeah.
Dawn, are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Is that the only question you have?
Oh, Tony asked me to ask her.
Oh.
So, I mean, the bottom line is, okay, so you're in a relationship. So is money down where the crumbs are?
Well, money is not at the forefront of our relationship.
Okay.
It's not on the back burner, but it's not on the forefront. You know what I mean?
Do you all like you pay? Did you live single lives, but you're in a relationship? Like you're not married.
Not right, exactly.
Oh, okay. So you have your spot.
Yeah.
He has his. He pays his bill. Oh, okay. Well, you haven't. I guess you haven't merged. But do you have a quality of life standard for yourself?
But hold on, Dawn. Before you even answer that, I need to get some clarity from Indy on this. What do you mean? Does she have a quality of life standard? Can you break that down?
Meaning, like, is there something? Okay, so like, there's something that we all do all the time that we can't be without. Like, I need my fake eyelashes. So, like, at least once a month, I'm spending $30 on lashes. I like massages. I don't anymore, but at one point, every other week, I was getting a full body massage. Like, so there are just certain things
so
in
those are things that you need,
right?
You want,
right? So I work hard for them, and I want to always make sure I have them.
Okay.
And I don't want to depend on anyone else for them, but I have to have them. So if I'm pairing up with another person, he understands my needs. And not to give them to me, but he respects and understands them, so that if I spend $200 on a massage, it's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so,
no, it's not. You know why it's not? Because it's your money. So
right? No, but then okay. So here lies the issue. Okay. Here lies the issue. I personally believe if you get with someone, that person will respect, or if it's going to be an issue that you don't have those things, that you be honest with yourself and you respect yourself enough to say, you know what, I see you have an issue with how I work with money. This isn't going to work. Because somewhere down the line, the truth is going to come out. Like if she has her standard.
Look, if you want to get your hair done and buy a dozen of eyelashes
right.
for the month, hey, have fun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, now let me throw some
you
real life
hold
at
on,
you.
Hold on. Hey, follow me on this, Dawn.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
What?
We're still dating. So, hey,
Right.
look, now, if we got married, whole new different story.
What? Why? Why would that be? See?
Because
is that true?
No, because I have been with you for a period of time for one to even consider that.
Okay.
I see how you are or not, because we may not, because we heard from a gentleman earlier tonight. He said clearly that because of he could never measure up to her level of financial standard like her husband. Her husband
but
passed
they
away.
needed to discuss that. Because that's fine, that's fair. But if you don't discuss it, you're setting yourself up.
But it sounded like she was basing her situation, her current situation, based on her husband.
And that's her fault.
Yeah.
That's
That is-
wrong also.
Cards should be on the table.
Yeah.
I agree.
Put your cards on the table. Put your panties on the table. Put
Yep.
all that stuff on the table, and there should be no problem. I mean, in the perfect world, there wouldn't be any problem, right?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Dawn, thanks for calling tonight.
Thank you, Lenny. I love you.
Love you back,
love
baby.
you, love you.
Thanks for calling, baby. Have a great
you're
weekend,
welcome.
okay?
Bye-bye.
This is the reality of love inside the quiet storm. Indy Smith and I, once again, holding it down and just engaging in conversation. But getting back to my point, now that Dawn left. So, a man typically, before it becomes even a relationship. Right. Think about it. We're just courting for old school term.
And you're really interested,
just dating.
and you want to make
I'm
the
interested.
investment in our time and just.
Hold on. Whether I want to or not, if I want to spend time with. If I'm look, I mean, come on, let's keep it real. If I'm spending time with you, if I want to spend time with you, I am going to end up paying for it. Am I not?
No. Yes, you are. But no, you don't have to. If you can't afford it, and I like you as much as you like me, then I have to pay for it.
Vito
Then
said.
he shouldn't mess
Vito
with her.
just said she is not going to fuck with you if he's not. And I don't know why you act like. Why do you act like?
You know
this
why I
is not-
have to act like
even
this?
even Ella is.
Every time you go back, say you going on a date, right? Every time you paying, you ain't gonna get tired of it.
Yes.
All right then.
But then I'm not
You ain't
gonna.
fuck with him.
Then I'm gonna say
Exactly.
something.
But you ain't gonna fuck with him because he don't got no money.
Or he has it and he's being cheap. I don't know if he doesn't have it.
Doesn't matter. You ain't gonna fuck with him.
You're not going to do it. That's about. But look, we as men, and it's nothing, ladies, don't beat me up. I'm just kind of keeping it real. I'm not saying men are not willing to make the investment, but let's be clear, crystal clear. We make an investment in something, in a hopeful possibility, right? That things are going.
Sex. Just say it.
That things are going to go well, and we're going to have a connection. We're going to have a bond here. There's no guarantees. I understand. There's no guarantees, nothing. And I don't, we're all hoping, but we as men make the investment. If we don't make that investment, then we're looked upon a certain way.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So you're making the investment. Let's say the third date, you want things to go a certain way. You either want to see her more often on a one-on-one basis, or you know this person is probably just going to be a sex person. Do you make less of an investment?
Say that, yeah.
Okay. After the third date, I think this is a quality woman. I want to see her more on a one-on-one, time frame. Do you Tony,
Don't let Tony think.
Wait. So do you make the same investments? Do you still go to certain places? Or if this person is just someone that you want to, have sex with and that's all it's going to be, do you downsize the investment?
Well, you know what? I'm a quality guy. I can't speak for any of my boys.
I like White Castles, and that does not mean I'm cheap. I like White Castles. What's your question? I like White Castle.
Hey, look, let's not dog White Castle
But see,
because
I also told
we
Carl that I would make him some chitlins.
we call those little small burgers now. We got real fancy with it. Sliders. It's White
No,
Castle.
we don't. Who calls them sliders?
Everybody calls them sliders. when you go to a restaurant, it's sliders. They don't say White Castle.
Black folks like Target is Target. They are White Castles, murder burgers.
I hear you. Come on, society has changed everything.
Yes, because they slide right out of you as soon as you pop them in.
There you go.
Indy, first date White Castle.
Yeah,
White Castle.
if we got White Castles and went to the park, if you take me to the park.
But see, that's you. But see, here's another problem. The major problem that we
I'll
have.
bring the wine.
The major problem that we have is that we are not mind readers.
Okay.
Men are not mind readers. What works for you is different than what works for the
That's
next
true.
woman and the next. So the most safest approach I think most men make is the most generic and logical approach,
Okay.
and that's dinner. We know that, or going out to lunch. We know that probably won't deter the situation, but to know that you enjoy the park and she enjoys a fine restaurant, it's hard to determine that,
Right.
especially if you just met the person
Right.
and you're trying to feel the person out.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I just think, we are making an investment in something that hopefully is interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
You, as a lady, obviously, most ladies want to be pursued and should be pursued. I get that.
Right. I think the
But-
pursuing is more important than how much money you spend, because you really can't put a value on a person. Like
Yes,
you can't,
but you can put a value. You have to. Us as men, we're putting value on, just like if you're going to swing to this trip now. We put value on certain things because, again, if one person is
a dollar value.
if one person is constantly extending themselves, whether
That's
it's
an issue.
for a
That's
period
an
of time,
That's an issue.
and there's no reciprocation back in return.
Right.
So let's swing to the trip now. You've been dating this guy for like a month and a half, or 2 months, or 3 months, and he says, "Hey, Indy, there's a cruise. There's a cruise coming up. I got you. I'd love for you to come." Do you think he's expecting something? That was the question at hand.
That was the
couple of
question,
months ago.
and I said you need to have that conversation before we go. You need to have that conversation. We need to
You
have
had
that
crickets?
conversation before you pay for my ticket.
Why didn't we have to have that conversation when you were eating those meals? Did you expect
Oh
that?
my goodness, because I'm going my way to my apartment and you're going to yours after the meal.
I love this.
On a trip,
I love
where
this.
are we staying? Are we at the point where we're going to stay
You
in
don't
the
have-
same room? Because if we stay in the same room, forget about you wanting sex. I'm getting some. I'm not staying in a room with a man and I'm not doing
Well, there you
something.
go.
I don't need a roommate. I
And
don't
I-
need to sit up and look at you.
And I think that's all we
And
wanted
if I go,
at that
but
moment.
why can't we have that conversation
All right,
before?
but why? But here's Indy's problem. Indy's
No,
problem
it's not
is
self-explanatory because some people are real stupid.
no, and Indy's problem
On
is
purpose.
she wants to play chess, and you want to wait for your opponent as opposed to you opening up your mouth. You know what the deal is.
I'm being
We're
invited
gro-
on the trip. If I
Okay.
invite you on the trip,
Explanatory.
let me invite
If
you
you
on the
invite
trip.
me on a trip, I'm not answering
We're
no
going on a
question.
trip. Would you like to go to, I don't know, let's say Aruba. Would you like to go to Aruba?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to Aruba.
Okay.
And these are the arrangements.
What's the arrangement?
I have one large suite.
Okay.
Now, if you're comfortable with that, you're welcome to stay in my suite. There are a lot of things that will happen in the suite. You will have so much fun in my suite.
Uh-huh.
Then if you don't want that, I'll
Not
set you
real.
up with your own suite.
That is not real.
A woman is
Open
not
up the
doing that. A
conversation.
woman's
I
not
think that's
doing
the cute
this.
way.
That's not
What?
You know this is not happening. Come on,
Ladies,
man.
you need to have that conversation.
It's not happening because no lady's gonna do that. No lady's gonna give a man, for one, an option to have his own place. Look, you don't have to.
His own or the suite in there.
Are
with
you
her.
kidding me? First of all,
Because
he
that's
wants
the
to have.
conversation to open up.
He
if
wants
we're
to
gonna
have.
do
He wants to
anything.
be in the room with you. Now, is he hoping? Depending on how thirsty he is, is he hoping that things are gonna pop off? Hell yeah, he's hoping things are gonna pop off, especially if he thinks likes her.
My point is just to have the conversation before. So that because
But
you
you're
don't
gonna
want to
wait.
go away and feel awkward. Oh, what's gonna the whole time you're on the way to the airport. Oh, how's it gonna be? You're on the plane.
You damn
How's
right.
it gonna be?
Well,
You
that's-
get off the plane.
You
How's
know
it
what?
gonna-
But guess what?
That's so much stress.
So then you're telling me anybody who's not in a relationship, this is what she's saying, what she's not saying.
Okay, that's it. I
You're
thought
saying-
I was being very, very.
No, but
forward.
what you're not saying is what you should be saying.
What should
What
I
you
say?
should be saying is, do not go on any trip that any man or any woman extends to you unless you are in a relationship. Period.
No, I'm not saying that.
I know you're not saying it. That's what you should be saying.
Why?
Because You're saying that if a person is extended an invitation to you to go away somewhere, yes, the thought is in the back of your mind. Obviously, you, Indy Smith, is waiting for that question to come up because Indy is falling back. Indy is not going to be the assertive one to ask certain questions. And even if you are the one to ask the questions, you are now going to make a determination. I'm paying for the entire trip. So now you're going to make a determination. He's hoping that obviously something's going to pop off physically.
Shouldn't be any hope.
It shouldn't be a hope.
No, it should be obvious.
It should be a given, right?
Right.
It's a given. The gift is exchanged.
If somebody invited me on a trip, I'm going to find out where am I staying. Like, what are
You're
the
staying in my room.
Okay, so if I'm staying in your room, are we sleeping together?
There's one bed.
Oh my goodness! And see,
One day.
yeah,
It'll be one key, and I'll have it.
you know what the issue is? The issue is if we haven't had any type of intimate connection before that trip, and that's the first
What's
one.
an intimate connection to you?
Working towards that.
What's an intimate connection to you?
Kissing, hugging.
Okay.
Would not be invitation.
If we had thank you. If we had kissing and hugging on and on,
Oh, wait.
and I'm staying in your room,
Wait.
I already know
Hold
we're
on,
having
hold on,
sex.
hold on. So you're saying, hold on. So I just heard something from the other side of the room. If the bottom line is, are men still expecting something if there hasn't been a kiss before the trip?
Yes.
That's crazy. You're always looking for a way in. You're always looking for an opportunity and a way in. But I think,
But y'all think about sex more than we do.
absolutely. But see, my thing is, I'm done. I'm a cougar. Wait, my thing is, what's wrong with having the conversation so we don't have to be uncomfortable? That's all.
So have the conversation. Why don't you bring it forth? But you're not bringing it forth. You're going to wait.
Or
you're bringing it forth.
If you
Okay, so I
invite
tell
me
you.
in-
Okay, so we have the conversation. What's the conversation?
The conversation is you've invited me on a trip. What are the accommodations? These are
There's
accommodations.
a room.
There's one room.
Stay with
Okay,
me.
so I'm staying in your room.
Yeah.
That means we getting busy.
Okay, without
Now-
question.
Okay, there you go. Now, what makes it
But-
awkward is if what's wrong with that?
Because you're not going to, no, nothing's wrong with that. But the average woman's not going to say what you just said.
Her ass don't need to go on no trip. Stay home.
So do you think he's going to change his mind if he knows he's not getting any on that trip?
That's up to him.
He's standing in a different
Now
room.
that will
Better
show
go
his
home.
intention and his character.
Better go to
If you're
home.
not, let me tell you something. If you're so, first of all, if you're so angst to spend your money,
I'm spending my money.
you
I'm spending my
quite
money
sure
anyway.
you want to spend your money and you want to invite somebody, so you're spending extra money, but you can't have a conversation about what you're investing in. Something's wrong with you, and I don't need to be going on a trip with you.
Oh,
That's
oh,
one.
But hold on,
Two,
hold on. Let me
if you're
pause you.
gonna
Let me pause you.
accept
Let me
a
pause you. Hold on,
present, if
hold
you're
on. Let me
gonna
pause you.
accept a gift,
But
and
you're
you
going to
can't have
accept.
the conversation. I'm saying it. If you're going to accept something from someone, but you can't have a conversation and make sure if your ass is going to be safe when you get there, you don't need to go.
Hold on, but you're going to allow yourself willingly to come on anytime I invite you on a date, and you're not asking who's picking up the check because you're going to assume. You're going to assume.
Circumstance, though.
It's-
When you're traveling,
Well,
you're
if that's the
going-
case,
you're
then
like-
then my point still stands. It goes back to the first part. If this is the case, what you're not saying is that you should be in a relationship before you even think about taking a trip with someone. Because by you being in a relationship, obviously, and enough time has elapsed, you've
Right.
gotten to know this person. You feel comfortable being around this person. You've been around this person on many different levels.
Right.
So what you should have said, like I said a moment ago, you're suggesting until you get into the relationship, you should not be willing to accept a trip or a vacation of any sort from a man until you really get to know him. That's what you should have said,
depending
because that's the
on-
bottom line.
Depending on where you are in your life, like if you're
She's a gold digger.
if you're in a place where you want a relationship, I really don't believe in sex before monogamy.
Whoa.
If you want a relationship, then no sex before monogamy.
So you're telling me that you have no sex unless you're in a relationship. That's what you're saying.
Well, where I am now, I'm not gonna have sex unless it's just us.
But I'm saying, so
Because I'm
I
like
said-
the
I said
whole
it correctly.
process of like
You're not gonna
getting
have sex.
testing together like this.
so you're not going to have sex unless you're in a relationship.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm listening.
Are
to
you listening?
No, no, I am.
See, this is the problem that we have, ladies and gentlemen. You see, this is the problem. This is the communication problem that we
I
have.
hear him
Men
right
are from
now.
Mars.
Wait,
It's like, you know how I sound like? This is why I sound like her. That's how I sound to her. Meanwhile, I'm talking words, but she's like.
I can't even get mad. I hear you, but I'm like, because I don't realize that you're asking me like me directly.
Who am I asking? The dog? I'm talking to you.
She's never having sex.
Go ahead, Isaac.
He keeps calling the dog Ben. Like,
that's all right. 'Cause she looks like you know what y'all that. No, no sex unless I'm in a monogamous relationship.
Okay, so that's another rule that you are putting down. So, ladies, let me just recap real quick what Indy is not saying, but she said. One, you should never go on a trip with a man unless you're in a relationship with the man. First thing. Second
I didn't
thing,
say that. You said
no, you're saying this without saying it.
No,
Because
I'm
you have a
saying
tendency to say
exactly what
things.
I mean.
Exactly.
You need to have the
You're like,
conversation.
am I going to be safe? I don't know you. So you need to know a person. What?
Yeah, no, you do. You should know that you're gonna be. You should know something.
Oh boy.
Oh my God! Let me just.
Hold on, Toe.
I'm just gonna let Lenny say what he wants me to say. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying what you're not saying, but you're obviously your actions and what you're like. This is the tree, and she's walking all around the tree. It's like me talking just a moment ago, and she's not even hearing my words. She's like, ooh, 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 ooh. So what you're not saying, Indy, is that women should just not allow themselves to just go away with a man, not unless she knows him very well, and obviously in a relationship. That's what you're clearly stating, because you don't know this guy. So you should not be willing.
Well, yeah, you should know the person that you're going with. I don't know how your relationship is. I don't know if you're going to be committed. You might get on the trip and find you don't like each other in close quarters
So my point, what I'm making that you're not saying is valid. That you should be in a relationship.
Wait a minute, is this what you think, though?
This is what your cocky mind thinks. Yeah. That's what you're saying.
Okay, so what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, you asking? I pretty much look. We're two grown adults.
Let's just go and
we
get
know.
busy.
We know how
just
it is.
Take the trip,
we
anime.
Know how,
eat the cake, anime.
Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake. I'm not a thirsty guy. I've never been a thirsty guy. So, would I want to be physically involved with you? Yes. That's why I'm extending the invitation to you. Am I going to be upset if it doesn't happen? No, I'm not going to be upset. I can't say you'll be getting on that next trip that I do, depending on where the relationship is.
But there's no guarantee that she'll get to go on the next trip. You might get somebody new for the next trip.
Very much so. That's possible.
Okay. So don't you think that needs to be put out there?
What?
That's my point. Like, just because I want you to go on this trip, just because I'm paying for it, just because we're gonna do something does not mean we're in a relationship. That's why I'm saying that
we're
the
not.
relationship.
Right,
okay.
We're not in a relationship.
But you should still know that you should still know what's intended. You should still know the person. Both sides should know each other's intention.
Look, have you ever heard of impromptu or things just happen?
Yeah,
a lot of things are just not.
That's irresponsible to me with certain things. Certain things shouldn't just happen. You have a brain. You can make a conscious decision. I think when things just happen, things just go awry and people just get hurt and people just get jacked up. I don't believe in things just happen.
Maybe at 22 that happens. Yes, Tony, in the corner.
And men who want to be committed just don't go, oh, I just like going with the flow. Then flow your ass out of here. No. I like to go with the flow. I like for life to take its course, or I like for things to be organic.
Oh no, that's a woman's word, organic.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I've heard it enough from men.
I've never heard that from men.
Organic men, if it ain't food, keep it moving. No.
She's so full of it.
No.
Anyway, yes, sir.
You just met a young lady. You going for a drive. Oh, let's go to Busch Gardens. So we driving.
Busch Gardens.
That would be fun, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, now we both tired. Let's pull into a hotel.
Oh, okay, that's a nice scenario. Nice scenario.
Are you gonna get your own room or?
No, we just tired. We taking a nap. We going in the same room. Take your butt to sleep. We taking a nap. Turn over and go to sleep.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding? Oh, so you're sleeping? Are you sleeping?
Double beds.
So you said you're not. It's only one
Are
bed.
we so
here's the deal.
Not in control of our bodies that we can't sleep in the same bed?
You best get a cab.
Are we so out of control that we can't take a nap? We can't take a nap.
It's so
and
funny.
Not do
You know
anything?
what? The standards
Really?
are so high, and women think about sex more than men. That's why I'm totally baffled. Of this. I'm totally baffled. I can see if men, men are categorized as the sexaholics or the sex fiends. We're always thinking about sex. Men, y'all think about sex. But women think about sex more than us. So y'all thinking about sex, and I'm not even thinking about it. I remember a situation that I was in. Yeah, I'm sharing my life again. And we finally kissed. And the first thing she said to me, I was waiting for you to do this.
Oh, she wanted to be courted. I guess she wanted to be
But the
pursued.
bottom line, again, I'm not a mind reader. And ladies, you would help us out tremendously if you would just simply, talk and just really be honest, be transparent, and just let us know. If you want the guy to kiss you, can you just say, hey, look, I really would like to have a kiss? Because if you're waiting and we don't know.
That's kind of cheesy now. No, Lenny. No, you just have to take it.
Just go for it. Just go for it, Vito.
Yes.
Just grab her, throw her against the wall. Just go.
LG. If she doesn't give it to you, just smack her a little.
Smack her, then you'll be arrested, Rich. Anime.
A female gets in a car with a guy. She expects him to make a move.
Wow.
Depending on what he says. She expects him to make a move.
Dude says if a lady gets in the car with a guy, she expects him to make a move. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Come on, it's not a difficult question.
Who am I in the car? I'm in the car with somebody I like.
If you get into his car,
that's the car. I'm just being clear. Yes, if there's somebody that,
You're expecting him to make the move.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's one woman's. Ishay, is that your opinion too?
If
Rich.
I get into his car,
yeah.
Absolutely, because that's his territory.
There you go.
So I'm either gonna duck or I'm gonna go for it.
Right.
Wow.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, this is the reality of love tonight.
It's a different story. Right.
Oh wait, so if he gets into your car,
He gets in his car.
he can't make that move.
If he gets in her car, she's really ducking.
I'm not saying he can't.
I'm done.
I'm just saying my energy
I'm
and
done.
my attitude about it
There,
would be
right.
different.
Because territorial. It's her spot.
Right.
It's
Right.
my space.
If she gets in my car, she
Like,
goes where I go.
If he was aggressive and he was all up in my space and he was like, "I'm gonna just kiss you," I would be like, "No, ew." But if I get into his car, he's
She
courting
expects
me, he
that.
opened the door.
Right.
It's a different level of territory.
There you go. She expects him to make a move.
Shivery, Vito. Shivery. It's shivery.
It is. It's space. It's who you are in his space says a lot.
Right, I got you. Wow.
Y'all are
You agree with that?
Yep.
Wow. I'm not going to even repeat what he said.
that on the mic?
I'm not going to even repeat what Vito just said.
Okay.
Anyway, look, we're coming down to the end of the night. What a very interesting conversation this turned out to be. And it all started on, does money control your relationship? And we got into this.
Yes.
But we go in a lot of different directions
Money
all the
controls
time.
a lot of things. Great sex
Great
controls
sex
a relationship.
controls a relationship.
Really?
Great sex.
Oh.
Wow, you know what?
Wow.
No negative guy. No, it doesn't.
Uh-oh. Wait. Carl woke up. Carl totally woke up. What happened?
Now with the cougars they got out there.
Not control the relationship.
Wow.
He said money controls great sex.
Great sex.
Now with the cougars they got out there.
No.
Hey, look, we're going to have to park this for tonight, but thank you for listening to
good one.
the banter.
Brother.
You know what? We're going to really do a roundtable. I don't know. Got to expand this room a little bit and maybe slide back and get just a bunch of people just kind of talking and shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to do that soon.
The male side, the female side.
Yeah, man, that'd be a good move. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sex machine.
Yeah, we need more cameras too.
That would be dope.
Soon come. But I'm Lenny Green. Again, make sure you lock in with me on Twitter and Instagram at Lenny Green, on Facebook, Mr. Radio Lenny Green, and hit me up on my text club. Text my name, Lenny, to 55469, or you can text Quiet Storm to 55469. That way you can stay connected to me all the time, 24/7. Miss Indy, how can they stay connected to you?
Twitter at It's Indy, Facebook Indy Smith, fan page Indy Smith.
There you go. And our producer, Global Vito HH on Twitter. He already has 2 million people, but he could. really want you to follow him as well. Follow our assistant on Thursdays, Miss Ishay White. Ishay, right? Ishay. How you spell it? I know. EESHE_. So that's how you can follow her as well. We thank you so much. Hey, don't forget to look out for Tony M Celebrity Body Oil. That's all I'm going to say. And if there's anybody, is there anybody who has any students in high school and they're thinking about, pursuing college, or you want them to go to college, please log on to lennygreen.com and get all the details about the Get on the Bus College Tour, which is happening in April. It happens, obviously, during the Easter break. And they take these kids to like 10 different universities for them, black historical colleges and universities, for them to get a good taste of what college life is all about. You shouldn't wait until your son or your daughter gets into the junior year or senior year to start thinking about college. If they are freshmen, now is the perfect time to get them involved, because chances are they'll be exposed to these wonderful colleges and universities, and chances are they probably want to go back for another visit, and it gets them all stirred up and riled up and hyped for going on and pursuing their education. And I'm really an advocate in kids really going to college and getting their degrees. Absolutely. So please log on to lennygreen.com. The college tour is coming up, so you really, if you want your son or your daughter to get involved with it, please make sure that you contact the information. Call Jennings. He's at the Long Branch Recreational Center down in Long Branch, New Jersey. Him and his wonderful staff will make sure that you get all the information you need. And trust me, it's going to be a wonderful time for your children. This year will be their 22nd Get on the Bus College Tour, and it's a phenomenal tour. So awesome. Please make sure you look into that. And matter of fact, I promise you that we're going to put something up on the site next week so you can start submitting your
string.
Yeah. So because I want to gift an opportunity for a couple of kids to definitely go.
5 spots left, he said.
Only 5 spots left. You better do it quickly, but leave a spot for me, please. All right, we'll see you next week, y'all. Thanks for locking in with us. Thanks.